I'm Noah, 27. I come from a middle-class background where money was never something we took for granted. My parents taught me the importance of saving, of living within your means, and building stability for the long term. That mindset stayed with me. 2 years ago, I met Ava, 25, at a backyard barbecue hosted by my buddy Jordan. He'd been on my case for weeks to get out more, socialize. I honestly expected nothing from that day, just a burger and some awkward small talk. But then I saw her. Ava was sitting at the edge of the yard, sketching in a notebook while everyone else was caught up in loud chatter and games. She had this quiet presence that intrigued me. I walked over, asked what she was drawing, and that one moment turned into hours of conversation. She was thoughtful, creative, and had this way of making even the simplest things feel meaningful. We clicked instantly. Ava dreamed of opening her own art studio someday, and I loved how her eyes lit up when she talked about it. But early on, she warned me about her mother, Carol. "She's a little intense," Ava said one evening over dinner. "How intense?" I asked, half joking. "She means well," Ava sighed. "She just has opinions on everything. My job, my friends, even how I wear my hair." I didn't think much of it at the time. Everyone has that one overbearing family member. But the day I met Carol, I realized she wasn't just overbearing, she was controlling. Smiling on the surface but watching like a hawk. She asked about my job in tech, where I went to school, and then without missing a beat, "What's your long-term plan?" I answered confidently, "I want to grow in my role and maybe start my own company." She raised an eyebrow, turned to Ava, and said, "Stability is everything. You deserve someone who can provide." It rubbed me the wrong way, but I bit my tongue for Ava's sake. As time passed, I saw just how tight Carol's grip on Ava's life really was. Ava had wanted to pursue art full-time, but Carol had pushed her into accounting because art doesn't pay the bills. Ava hated the job but stayed out of guilt. Carol always played the martyr. "After everything I've done for you." It wasn't just Ava's career. Carol criticized everything: her clothes, her food, her hair. If Ava bought a dress Carol didn't approve of, she'd say things like, "Does that really flatter your shape?" I told Ava she didn't need to live like that. She'd nod and thank me, but nothing changed. It became clear. Carol's grip on Ava wasn't just affecting her, it was bleeding into our relationship. Carol would make comments like, "It's nice that you're doing okay for yourself," or, "Tech is such a risky industry, isn't it?" Always wrapped in fake politeness, but the message was clear: I wasn't good enough. Ava never defended me, she'd just glance at me with this apologetic expression, like she was silently begging me to let it go. One dinner with her parents, Carol went on about how real men should provide, saying she was lucky Ava's father had ambition. I stared at Ava, hoping she'd say something. She stayed silent. That's when I realized, Carol wasn't just in our lives. She was between us. But I loved Ava. I thought if I showed Carol how serious I was, maybe she'd finally ease off. So after 2 years of dating, I proposed. The ring wasn't massive, but it was meaningful. A platinum band with a beautiful diamond solitaire, elegant, timeless, and within my budget. I proposed in our favorite park by the river. Just us, quiet, intimate. When I got down on one knee, Ava's face lit up. She said yes with tears in her eyes. For a few days, everything was perfect. Then Ava said she wanted to visit her parents and share the news. I had reservations, but she was so excited. "Mom will come around," she said. "She just needs to see how happy we are." I reluctantly agreed. When we walked into her parents' house, Carol's eyes immediately locked on the ring. "That's the ring?" she asked, like she couldn't believe it. "Yes, isn't it beautiful?" Ava replied, still smiling. Carol grabbed her hand, inspecting the ring like it was from a vending machine. "It's so small. Are you sure this is an engagement ring?" "Mom," Ava's smile faded. "You couldn't get her something more substantial." Carol turned to me. "I picked this because it's meaningful," I said calmly. "It's elegant and within our budget." Carol scoffed. "An engagement ring shows how serious you are. This looks like a placeholder." When Ava tried to intervene, Carol shut her down. "If he can't afford a proper ring, how's he going to afford a house or kids?" Her husband, Mark, finally muttered, "Linda, maybe just congratulate them." Carol wasn't done. She grabbed the ring, tossed it back on the table, and said, "If this is the best you can do, maybe you're not ready for marriage." Ava went pale. That was it. I stood up. "I love Ava, but I won't let you disrespect me. If you're serious, Carol sneered, "You'll prove it, with a real ring." I looked at Ava, waiting for her to speak. She looked torn. "Let's just go," she whispered. The car ride back was silent. When we got to my apartment, Ava finally said, "I'm sorry about my mom. She's just protective. She threw the ring at me," I said. "That's not protective. That's cruel. She doesn't mean it like that. She disrespected me, Ava. And you didn't say a word." "I just didn't want to make it worse," she whispered. That silence, that refusal to stand up, broke something inside me. Days passed. Then Ava told me Carol wanted her to move back in, to think things over. I couldn't believe it. She was going to live with the woman who just torpedoed our engagement. "She just wants to help us figure things out," Ava said. "No, she wants to drive us apart," I replied. But Ava left anyway. Her text started to sound more like her mom than herself. Then she said it. "Mom thinks we should slow things down." "Is that what you think?" I asked. I don't know," she said. That silence, that uncertainty, it was an answer in itself. The next time she asked me to come over for a family talk, I agreed. But only to say what I needed to say. Carol, of course, ran the meeting like a boardroom. She said I didn't take Ava's future seriously. That the ring wasn't about size, it was about investment. "You want me to impress you," I said, "not Ava." Carol didn't deny it. When I asked Ava what she wanted, she whispered, "I don't know." That was all I needed to hear. I stood up and walked out. Ava tried to text after, full of half apologies. "I'm sorry you felt that way. Mom didn't mean it. We just need time." But there was no we anymore. Then the rumors started. Carol told people I was too cheap. That I walked out because I couldn't handle pressure. Ava's cousin told me Carol was trying to set Ava up with a wealthy older guy. Typical. But then Ethan told me Ava had been kicked out. Carol turned on her own daughter because she wouldn't go along with the matchmaking. Ava had finally said no, and Carol showed her true colors. Ava moved into a small apartment downtown, started selling her art online, working odd jobs. For the first time, she was living her life on her terms. She texted me weeks later. "Hey, can we talk? I really need someone," I replied, and she called. She was in tears. She kicked me out because I wouldn't date that guy. "You were right, Noah. About everything. I'm sorry, Ava, but I can't be your safety net now. You didn't choose me when it mattered." "I know," she whispered. "I don't know who else to talk to." "You'll figure it out," I said. "You're stronger than you think." And she did. Months later, I heard Ava had cut contact with Carol. She was working on an art project, finally doing what she loved. And Carol, she'd faded into the background, exactly where she belonged. As for me, I moved on. I wasn't in a rush to date again, but I knew one thing. Next time, I'll be with someone who stands beside me, not behind their mother. I don't regret walking away. Because sometimes, loving someone means knowing when to let go.